After more than 20 years of marriage, I discovered my wife Lisa was cheating on me. How I found out and responded became a pivotal moment that changed my life completely. The perfect evening I had planned for Lisa's 50th birthday turned into a calculated revenge plan. Lisa and I had been married for over 20 years, and I lived my life believing she would always be by my side. I can still remember the excitement of the day we met, the joy of our wedding, and the indescribable happiness when our daughter was born. We seemed like two people who truly completed each other. Of course, like any marriage, we had our ups and downs, but I never imagined I'd face such betrayal. To me, Lisa was the cornerstone of our family. When Lisa's 50th birthday approached, I wanted to prepare an unforgettable night for her. I planned to gather her friends, family, and favorite people to celebrate this milestone in her life. I wanted the evening to be perfect. While most people focus on gifts or decorations for such occasions, I focused on the speech I had prepared for her, capturing how much she meant to me. But my dream was shattered in an instant. It all started by accident. Something on Lisa's phone caught my attention. This was something I never did, but in that moment, a gut feeling drove me to look through her phone. That's when I discovered the greatest devastation of my life: messages, photos, and even videos. Lisa was having an affair with another man. The most painful part? This man was someone who used to work at my office. I had supported him when he lost his job, even helping him as much as I could. Now here he was by Lisa's side, dealing me the ultimate betrayal. I can't fully explain how I felt in that moment. It was like a knot in my stomach, and I couldn't breathe. Everything was destroyed: my love for Lisa, my trust in her, even the belief I had in the life we had built. At first, I thought about confronting Lisa. I wanted to yell, scream, and ask her why, but then I realized something. This wasn't a situation that could be resolved so easily. I couldn't keep all this pain bottled up and remain silent. I wanted Lisa to understand the damage she had caused, not just to me, but to our family as well. That's when I decided to turn her 50th birthday into the stage for revealing the truth. After discovering what was on Lisa's phone, the anger and heartbreak inside me grew so intense that I couldn't sleep or quiet my thoughts. Was I so broken because I still loved her, or because I realized that the dreams we had built together were all lies? I kept asking myself this question over and over, but one thing was clear: Lisa needed to face the consequences of her actions. Not just for what she did to me, but for what she had done to our family and our daughter. I started forming my plan as Lisa's 50th birthday approached. I saw it as an opportunity to teach her a lesson she would never forget. My goal wasn't just to hurt her. I wanted her to see the enormity of the destruction she had caused. I organized the party as if everything were normal, checking guest lists, choosing decorations, and even ordering Lisa's favorite cake. But at the last minute, I changed the cake. The new cake featured inappropriate photos of Lisa and her lover. This was just one small part of my plan. The main surprise was hidden in the presentation I was going to give during the party. I spent days preparing a PowerPoint. The first part showcased the happiest moments Lisa and I had shared. Photos from our wedding, celebrations of our daughter's birthdays, and vacations we had taken together. Each one told the story of the happy marriage I had believed in for so many years. But the second part of the presentation revealed the truth in its entirety. I included Lisa's text messages and photos with her lover. I was ready to show these truths in front of everyone. When the birthday arrived, Lisa was overjoyed. It was a night surrounded by loved ones, celebrating her life. While guests were eating and chatting, I took the stage. I tapped my glass to get everyone's attention and began my speech. I talked about my love for Lisa, how much she meant to me, and how meaningful our life together had been. My voice trembled, but no one could tell why. They all thought it was an emotional expression of love. Seeing the happiness in Lisa's eyes only fueled my anger further. The presentation began, and the first slides were met with applause. Photos, videos, and stories. Everyone was laughing and reminiscing about our happy memories. But then suddenly the screen changed. Messages between Lisa and her lover appeared. Silence fell over the room like a knife cutting through the air. The guests stared at the screen in shock. Some turned away, others froze in place. Lisa's face turned bright red, and the panic in her eyes was unmistakable. When it was time to bring out the cake, the Real bomb dropped. The expressions on everyone's faces when they saw the images on the cake are ones I'll never forget. Lisa couldn't hold back her tears anymore. In that moment, everyone understood the depth of the betrayal she had committed. Then I delivered the final blow. Holding the divorce papers in my hand, I handed them to Lisa in front of everyone and said, "This is the price of hiding the truth." When I handed Lisa the divorce papers, there was a deathly silence in the room. Everyone was either frozen in place or unsure of what to do. Lisa, covering her face with her hands, sobbed uncontrollably. At that moment, instead of feeling relief, I felt an odd emptiness. It was as if I had won a battle but lost myself in the process. But I realized this wasn't the end. It was the beginning. Lisa's family, especially her parents, blamed me for what I did. They thought taking revenge in such a way, during her birthday, was too extreme. "You could have dealt with this privately," they said. But for me, that wasn't an option. Lisa's betrayal wasn't just against me. It was against our family, our daughter, everything we had built over the years. This betrayal couldn't be quietly swept under the rug. My daughter knew what Lisa had done and stood by my side. Without her support, this would have been much harder for me. Lisa eventually admitted her mistake. She confessed that she deeply regretted cheating on me and claimed she did it because of my busy work schedule. Hearing this only deepened my pain. For years, I had worked day and night to provide for our family, and now she was using that as an excuse. Lisa said her lover made her feel young and desired again. Hearing those words shattered my already broken heart. When I learned the truth about her lover, the betrayal grew even worse. The man Lisa was involved with had once worked for me. When I had to let him go, I did everything I could to help him. And this was how he repaid me. He had walked into my home, into my life, and destroyed everything. Looking back now, I see that hiring him was the moment the disaster began. Our divorce process went quickly. Lisa accepted what she had done and didn't contest anything in court. When everything was finalized, I felt a strange sense of freedom, but also bore the weight of loss. 20 years of my life felt like they had been erased in an instant. But one thing kept me going, my daughter. She became my anchor in the storm. I knew I had to remain a strong father for her. Looking back now, I can't help but question my actions. Was it right to expose the truth in front of everyone at her birthday party? Perhaps I could have spoken to Lisa privately. Maybe I could have tried to find a resolution. But in the heat of the moment, consumed by anger and pain, rational thinking wasn't an option. Still, I know that what I did taught Lisa a lesson she will never forget. The reason I'm sharing this story is that I don't want anyone else to go through what I did. Betrayal leaves deep scars, but what's important is allowing those scars to make you a stronger person. Now, I look toward the future, not the past. I've started a new life with my daughter, and every day, I work to rebuild myself. To those who hear my story, I have one piece of advice. Be open, communicate with your loved ones, and never compromise on your self-worth.